So today on first off, hi, my name is Wendy, and this is my first recording using YouTube. Um, Today in a Facebook group, there was a discussion about the importance of orgasms, and there definitely was, oh, not just orgasms, there was importance of vaginal penetration orgasm versus clitoral. And it also kind of went into conversations about orgasms in general. And I find it very interesting, especially as an orgasm coach, all the different views on orgasm. Um, I came from a really conservative background. I mean, not super crazy strict like some people I've heard, but I raised Catholic. Just you didn't talk about sex. Sex just wasn't discussed, and it was just assumed that you didn't have sex until you got married. And I always, masturbated as a young child, and so I always felt very shameful and embarrassed about the fact that I enjoyed sex because, for whatever reasons, the messages I got through media or entertainment and all that just seemed to be that women weren't supposed to want to have sex, and they definitely weren't supposed to want to enjoy having sex. And so I spent a lot of years enjoying myself while I was having sex, but not having an orgasm when I was with a partner. I would only orgasm when I was by myself, and it was always clitoral stimulation. And then a couple years ago, after my husband and I separated, I experienced a squirting orgasm for the first time, and my mind was completely blown, and I wanted it to happen again and again and again because I had never experienced anything like that. And that's actually kind of my journey on becoming an orgasm coach, was just me trying to figure out what my body did. Can I do it again? And then discovering along the way that there were other kinds of orgasms that I could be having. And so, I now help women have multiple kinds of orgasms. The biggest one that I get, or the two biggest ones that I get all the time, are squirting orgasms, like teaching their partner how to give them a squirting orgasm, or teaching women how to have an orgasm with vaginal penetration, usually particularly a penis in the vagina. Most women that have vaginal penetration with a dildo are not necessarily worried about having a device there, so they usually will have clitoral stimulation, and it's just not that big of a deal. However, when you're in a heteronormative relationship, or it doesn't even have to be heteronormative, but when there's a penis and a vagina and it's just the two people, and they're, a lot of times people want, I say two people, like when there's a penis and a vagina, however that presents itself, a lot of times, and myself included, I just wanted to be able to have an orgasm without having to do anything other or bring anything in. It allows for being able to, have sex while you're camping and not have to worry about bringing along a toy with you, or stop along the side of the road and be able to, have sex pretty much anywhere. And once I learned how to do it, it kind of opened up a new world for me. And the thing about the discussion today was the talk about how there's just so much importance placed on having an orgasm with penetration, and that the group was kind of split, saying that it never happens to me, and then some people said it did happen to them, and then the people who said it never happened to them, they don't really, like, well, it doesn't matter. And the truth is, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. If you're happy, and that's all that is to it. However, from my experience and my experience in working with my clients now, I found that when a woman learns how to have an orgasm through penetration, it does quite a few things. It obviously, there's the orgasm part, and it feels great and amazing, but in order to get to that point, you really have to learn your body really well. And I think so many women don't even take the time to really know what feels good, what doesn't feel good. They're too in their head when they're having sex, and they're not even paying attention to what is actually happening physically with them. And this is basically what mindfulness is all about, right? You hear that word all the time: be mindful, be mindful. And it's just about being present and paying attention and feeling what you're feeling. And in teaching women how to have vaginal penetration orgasms, they do learn how to be mindful along the way, because you can't get there without being mindful. And there's numerous studies about the benefits of that. So I'm not even going to get into that. So that's one thing, just, the health benefits of being mindful. And because you do take that mindfulness like outside of the bedroom as well. But the other thing too is about learning how to speak up for yourself, and learning how to talk with your partner in an intimate setting. It actually starts translating into other areas of life. Me personally, I found that I was able to set clear boundaries with my friends and family, and coworkers, and anyone for the most part. I used to be very much a yes girl, because I think that's part of the whole culture of women should just have sex whenever their partners want to have sex, and don't ask for it. You just, yes, okay, if this is the way it is, that's okay. That's the way it is, right? Whether you're having a lot of sex or you're not having a lot of sex, you're just supposed to say, okay, okay, yes, yes. And so it definitely was a yes girl, and I had difficulty saying no. And in learning how to take control of my own orgasms, I actually started finding my voice, and I learned how to say no. I learned how to say yes when I actually meant yes. And it's not just me. This happens with pretty much almost every client that I work with, where they come to me and they're like, I can't believe how much this whole process has changed my life for the better outside of the bedroom. Because when you own your orgasm, that's why my website's called Owning Your O. When you own your orgasm, you take responsibility for your own happiness, and you take responsibility for your body, and it just translates into other areas of life. And I just wanted to share that with whoever wants to hear it. All right, bye.